up is a house which is an important piece of Australian architectural history.
To get there, we have to head to the southern city of Melbourne, and then we have to travel back in time. Back to the 50s, when Eisenhower was at the helm and Elvis was strutting his stuff. Australia's most famous architect, Sir Roy Grounds, was building this extraordinary family home. It might be square on the outside, but inside, this single-storey, two-bedroom home is totally round the bend. It's now home to cardiologist Dr. Martin Hiscock and his fiancée, Delia.
This is Grounds House, and this is where we live.
Open-plan living was the latest thing in the 50s, and this home takes it to the extreme. Each room flows into the next, and all look out onto this central circular courtyard, like a giant donut. This home got Martin's heart pumping 5 years ago, when he found it in a dilapidated state and snapped it up for just over $600,000. A further 380 grand has seen it restored to its original 50s finery.
That's been half the fun. It's been a bit like an architectural dig and discovering what went where.
But for a while there, Martin's dream of resurrecting this historic home was Delia's nightmare.
At first it was a bomb site, like he smashed everything down because people tried to change it through the years. So step by step he got where it is now.
The first room you come to is the living room, and it's packed full of 50s classics, sourced from retro shops or recreated from old photos. But the real showpiece has to be these legendary Knoll Barcelona chairs, now a design icon worth over $2,500 each. Next along is the kitchen, one of the only rooms in the house that isn't open plan. Well, almost.
The kitchen in the Grounds House has been restored to much the way it was in the 1950s. And one thing I really like are these really quirky lift-down flaps which act as places to cut bread and things like that, but also storage for fruit and vegetables.
And we particularly like these glasses. These are from the 50s as well, and they were quite hard to find, and we just love them.
If it's glass you're after, there's plenty of it around here. 32 beautiful 10-foot-high windows form the inside wall, letting in loads of light. It's enough to make your head spin.
One has to be careful walking in and out of the central courtyard that you are actually walking through a glass door and not a window.
All this glass can be covered up if the sun gets too hot to handle. Next, along this curvaceous corridor is the bathroom. The simple, clean lines echoing the 50s trend for form following function.
Separating the bedrooms off from the bathrooms are sliding doors, and they really give you privacy in an otherwise very open house.
From there, the bend leads round into the guest bedroom. Now, we've almost been full circle, but there's one last room, and that's the minimalist master bedroom.
Well, this is probably my favourite piece in the house, and it's a Knoll Barcelona ottoman. It took ages to find. I eventually got it through the internet. It's a great place to sit. It's very comfortable.
Martin and Delia's house was revolutionary in the 50s, and 50 years on, it's still one of a kind.
It does make us wonder why we do live the way we do in houses with four walls of white paint.
This unique example of retro real estate is just what the doctor ordered. Coming up, how one family built a towering Spanish castle to beat the most astronomical real estate prices in India.